A Gemini, especially if you have a very deep relationship with Gemini in your natal chart, this zodiac sign naturally is like lightning and very sensitive. That's why their relationship to a reaction is short. It doesn't take long for a Gemini to react, and that's how you identify them. The ones who are like electricity, quick to react. That is there as a default setting, but not to be mistaken as your identity, more than a karma to action through, which is why you're an air element. You're not supposed to be stuck in that relationship. You're supposed to flow through that relationship of quick and fast. So when it comes to emotions, the Gemini will feel this in equal measure. Feelings, especially in polarity, where the Gemini is overwhelmed, they'll want to go quickly past it, through it. But to take time to feel will be very hard for the Gemini, because if the Gemini was not nurtured by a mother who entertained and embodied that feminine energy, and let's just say that your mother was a very masculine mother, very strong, didn't speak much, tomboyish, strong, masculine, then 9 times out of 10, the Gemini has made the stomach a fist. Frozen butter. You can't really bake with frozen butter. However, if the Gemini is nurtured and the Gemini is allowed to feel, then air flows through the Gemini. Gemini is not overwhelmed. The shoulders, the back of the neck, and the head itself doesn't become so congealed, and naturally the experience of feeling is grounded. But if this is not the case, mom was super masculine, the energy, the experience of feeling, positive, negative, all congeals up like a hot air balloon. Stomach becomes tight, and therefore I know for a fact your nervous system around your hips is locked. And it's fascinating when I do readings with people who are Gemini and strong placements of Gemini across the board in their natal chart. I notice their love for dance. And it's like there's a need to, like a genuine release and expression with dance. And I always say, I'm not surprised that a Gemini enjoys dance. Because A, you are moving in space like air, and B, you are moving the very place that needs movement, in and around how much emotions gets kept in that lower half, solar plexus and the sacral chakra. And when you dance, you allow like some sort of movement, a release, and it makes your nervous system feel a lot lighter. If I was doing a Gemini boot camp or a Gemini conference, a talk, this is one practice that I would instill as a prerequisite, that you must dance, you must move your hips, you must allow those emotions to move. If you're not going to cry about it, because that's another Achilles heel, to cry. You can spot a flippin' Gemini crying because it's always, they don't practice crying enough. So it comes out ugly when it must come out. And you're like, oh, Gemini, gosh. You hupple, cripple eye, crying. It's like going up a roller coaster. It's like, So Gemini, understand that your air element is there as a teacher regarding this idea of flow. Holding and retaining is like being a stiff person on the dance floor. And Gemini, you're not stiff. You're not one-dimensional. You've got a zodiac sign that's fluid. can take on so many characters, travel in different ways. So just like all the other aspects of travel that you practice, don't allow the consequence of mom, especially if mom was very masculine, don't let that inform a default setting, which is getting stuck in your masculine. And then you come across as non-approachable or defensive. That time you are bloody marshmallow. Allow dance, movement in feeling. I know it's an intense thing to ask from you, because as an intuitive, very important to realize, to experience neglect in nurturing is hectic, and the stomach is a place where you can't force. So be very, very, be graceful with yourself. Don't expect so much from yourself on this healing journey. Just be very wary in staying in a place for too long. Just be aware that, hey, I can't keep like this and stay in this place for too long. Movement is needed.